Hey everybody, it's Christopher Sky-Sunderer. Let me apologize for my voice real quick. I have a really bad head cold right now and my throat is just raw. But I wanted to throw this up on my YouTube channel. When Trump announced his trade tariffs, claiming to be attempting to establish fairness in international markets, on behalf of U.S. exporters, I made the observation on social media in various places that it was wrong-headed, that it belied a deep set of misconceptions about the nature of trade, and that in the end it was point for point identical to the trade policies of Bernie Sanders. In response, I had a lot of people calling bullshit on me, telling me I was a dumbass, that I didn't know what I was talking about, etc. Lots of charges and contradictions, no arguments. Okay. Look, I've agreed with some of the things Trump has done, and I've disagreed with others. I'm not a big fan of his on a personal level, but he's the first non-politician that we've ever actually elected to the presidency, and that's supposed to be that's the line about the presidency, right? That anybody can become president. Well, it hasn't been true until 2016. Okay, and that's something I can't believe more people aren't reflecting on in the press. But we had a good solid couple of months of conservative governance from his administration toward the end of last year. Okay, and as I've explained elsewhere, I'm a voluntarist and an anarcho-capitalist. Okay, I believe in the non-aggression principle as the central core of my philosophy in dealing with other human beings. I'm not a Republican. I'm sure as hell not a Democrat. I am what you would call a classical liberal. Okay, so I believe that if you're classically liberal, if you're a voluntarist, if you're a libertarian in even the slightest way, um, you're gonna have to face the fact that that philosophy necessitates conservative views on the application of government. Okay, a liberal application of government is not the same as liberal philosophy. It's in fact the exact opposite. Being liberal in terms of your philosophy and your morality means that you uphold freedom, personal responsibility, and liberty, above everything else. So you should believe in a conservative application of government, meaning that you should only really use government for things that just can't be done another way. And here's a hint: there is nothing that fits that description. But that's a topic for another time. Like I said, toward the end of last year, for a good 2 months, taxes were cut, although not spending, which made the tax cuts kind of, limited in their ability to really help. Regulations on business, Trump just hacked at regulations like a butcher with something to prove to somebody. It was glorious. He officially recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, and everybody came out saying, well, that's terrible, he can't do that, why is he doing that? Obama said he wanted to do that. Clinton said he wanted to do that. Okay? Every president since Reagan has said that they want to do that, and none of them have ever actually done it. So why is it now that there's a president who does it, it's sudden, whatever. But yeah, last couple months of 2017 were great. We saw real recovery just starting to happen. That little tendril of green just emerging from the seed. Okay, and I can only observe. Can you imagine what would happen if somebody would just govern from the Oval Office like that for a full 4 years? But anyway, much like a dropped football, you just never know which way Trump is going to bounce. And right now, he seems every bit the big government authoritarian that Hillary Clinton would have been. So it's understandable to me that a lot of diehard Trump supporters would be going through some cognitive dissonance over this stuff. But I think it's time for people to wake up a little bit and smell some of this coffee, okay? Don't just blindly follow somebody you've voted for. That's what the left does. That's what intersectionality leads to, is where, well, I may not agree with this and this and this, but it's all part of the big chunk of nonsense that, is attached to my beliefs. So that's, don't join the Borg when it comes to Trump. Don't join the Borg when it comes to your politicians. Okay? When Trump does something wrong, call him on it. So, as much as I know you don't like to hear it, I will reiterate that Trump's trade ideology is point for point identical to that of Bernie Sanders. Now, before everybody starts jamming our fingers into our ears and screeching to shut this out,
I got a tremendous number of people from the Obama administration where they voted for Obama, President Obama. They voted for him and they voted for me. They voted for Bernie Sanders, a lot of people, and I think because he was right about trade. The difference is I know how to fix the problem, not just talk about it. But he was right, and that's what we're doing. That's why we had the 301 meeting today on China. But Bernie Sanders was very strong on saying that we're getting ripped off on trade. He happened to be right. And I got a lot of Sanders voters. Who would think that? You would think I would have gotten virtually none. But many of them came. That was a big part of the difference between Hillary Clinton and myself. So we have a tremendous amount of support. And it's sort of